beautiful Wednesday night. It is Bermuda Day is upon us. I can feel the energy of the day already. It's a beautiful day, and it's going to be a beautiful night because we're getting heavy. We're getting heavy, people, because we're talking youth. We're talking heritage, principles of leadership, yeah, promoting peace, youth, Vision Bermuda.
Yes, sir.
In studio tonight, yes, and this is a young brother who I have immense respect for in terms of his social, political activism. Yeah. And he puts his social political activism right there out front, embracing young people, teaching them even the principles of what it means to exercise their voices. And I must read this. And we have Desmond Kwakwo in studio. Let me be clear who we have here. Desmond Kwakwo.
Good evening, sir.
Right? Youth Vision Bermuda. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Desmond, you know, when we talk about your life work, mm-hmm, I'm saying you're a young man. Mm-hmm. Your life work is known in Bermuda already, mm-hmm, in terms of what your commitment is to the voices, mm-hmm, or let me put it this way, young people in Bermuda, mm-hmm, finding their voice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this made me think of you. I said, you know, young people can tell if you're trying to be something that you're not. It's important that we bring that sense of authenticity and being ourselves, because it encourages them to believe that whoever they are, whatever their personality, or whatever that they can feel comfortable to do so to, they never lose a sense of their voice. Yeah. And so much of your work in this Heritage Month, and that's what we're dealing with. We're placing tonight, people, you know, I want to juxtapose some things, and I talked to Desmond about this here, because I place it in the context of this is a young brother and his work who understands heritage. You understand heritage and legacy.
Yeah.
And let me just begin there first.
Yes, sir.
As you understand heritage and legacy.
Yes, sir.
Because your foundation is a solid foundation for, yeah, those people who know you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When we talk about principles of leadership, your foundation is solid. Yeah. Shaped by,
yeah, my grandfather's.
Your grandfather. Yeah. Elaborate. Go ahead.
So I come from a stock of disciplines, which is one of the characteristics in what we bring. I carry in my life. Mm-hmm. You know, if we make up our mind to do something, then we're going to do it. You know, and it's against what sometimes. You know. Yeah. My grandfather was Costafield Crockwell, as many may know from my mother's side.
Yes, we do.
And yeah, he was an inspector, a well-respected inspector in the police force, and he carried himself with standards, you know, both in family and also in community. Mm-hmm. And he brought a level of compassion that I watched him here from the time I could remember, I could walk, you know. And I came up spending a lot of time with my grandfather in Baylor's Bay, Coney Island, Baylor's Bay Cricket Club. So I was able to observe his character, observe the respect that he had for others. Right. And the love that he had for others. And I understood that one shows that got people to listen, that got, mm-hmm, people's, you know, attention, that, yeah, got people's respect, is because he showed a level of compassion. And it didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter whether the person came from at-risk background or they came from a high-flying background. Right. You know, he treated everyone with a level of respect and a level of compassion and love that he knew would make a difference in people's lives. You know, he knew he would make a difference in people's lives. And I watched him impact a lot of people's lives. And I tell you real quick, one time I caught a taxi from Hamilton to Cottage Hill. I was staying in Cottage Hill. Got a lift. It was an elderly father who was driving the taxi. And during the conversation, he found out who I was. We were talking, the Bermuda thing. Mm-hmm. And when I got to Cottage Hill, he said, I'm going to give you this lift free. And he said, because it's Costerfield that I'm giving a lift here. It's not you. I see your grandpa. Like, it's Costerfield that I'm giving a lift. And he honestly gave me the lift free. And that stuck with me. Right. That stuck with me as to where I come from. You know what I mean? And the impact that it has on our lives. Likewise, my great-grandfather on my father's side was the first black ADC to the governor. The first black one, right? And disciplines is something that is driven in my family. Like, we don't joke much. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a joke in our lives. So disciplines is something that has been ingrained since young.
Yeah.
And in the work that we do, we have to be disciplined because there's a lot of opposition in the work that we do.
I'm going to pose some questions afterwards because I'm curious and want to know, especially elaborate as a young black man, especially in these times of all that we observe and see. I don't care where we go on the planet. Black men are targets. We know that, no matter where we are on the planet. We don't use it as an excuse. When I say we, those of us who recognize the circumstances, the situations, we have our awareness, whether it's white supremacy, discrimination, all of the above. But that discipline and sense of who we are, and certainly you are one who wears the Costerfield Crockwell standard that you spoke to, right? Yeah. You wear that standard. Before the show started, Desmond and I were having discussion, people, and I was sharing with him certainly the quote that I gave at the beginning, but we were having some conversation about an event that he's coming up that also brings into it discipline and organizational leadership. And I want you just to give us an introduction to the event that's coming up, because we're going to talk about it some more. But give us an introduction to the event that's coming up.
So
involving young people.
I just say that because the conversation that we had and what Dr. Lou had just read as an opening statement was all about youth empowerment and them understanding what leadership looks like and being taught what leadership looks like from a young age, and that they have power and that they are someone, and they have a voice and that their voice matters. And if they're not heard individually, collectively they will be heard. Collectively they will raise their voices, to strengthen numbers, and they will see themselves as leaders. I guarantee you that each one of them, but it's up to us, the adults, to empower them. It's up to adults to encourage them to use their leadership skill,
right?
And to develop it and nurture it and support it. So on June the 19th, on a Friday, we have invited our schools, both public and private, to participate, to collaborate, to bring the young people together so that they can lead with this anti-violence demonstration, that they can raise their voices collectively in front of us adults that work in Hamilton, because we're going to be going through Hamilton. We'll be looking to go through Hamilton. So we want the adults to make them feel that they are being heard.
Right.
In that group, there will be some at-risk young people whose voices need to be heard. In that group, there will be entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, future leaders, future politicians. There might be some that may not even make it. You know what I mean? But as children, they have to feel empowered. Because if we can help that now, then that number of successful young people, which we all know that we can nurture, that number grows. That number grows because of confidence. Just because of confidence within themselves as to the abilities that they have. and the empower that they have. So we want them to feel empowered. When they come across, we got to move out of the way and allow our young people's voices to be heard in promoting the anti-violence message and this campaign, because our children are valuable and we need them to carry that power that we have, to carry that legacy, that leadership qualities that we have. We have to put it into our children so we can create more conscious leaders.
Conscious leaders. Well, I'm glad you brought that into the context of leadership, because I want to share with you and the listening audience. And yes, you know, I do my homework, and because I know your work, it provoked me to pull up a clip. October 20th, 1970. And all the political heads of the day, of that era, they would know this when they hear it. It's an interview, short interview, that was done with, it was an international media. Just like something we had about 3-4 weeks ago. When the king was in town. But this interview was with the Honorable late L.F. Frederick Wade, and the late Arthur Hudson.
Inspirational leaders. In my opinion.
Right? And just listen to this, because we're going to dovetail off the conscious leadership to the message in this leadership, right? Triangulated. I'm using all the words, baby. I'm in a vibe and energy when I talk with this brother, because to triangulate with the youth movement event, because you use the word in terms of their power, and bringing about their conscious leadership. Listen up, people. Listen up. And as I make the connections, I expect this to work, but hey, I always improvise. Listen up.
And we saw the same kind of action.
Let me start.
It was commissioned in 19...
Here we go.
Mr. Wade, we've seen here in Bermuda in the last 2 weeks or so a number of civil disturbances. What's the reason behind them, and how have they been handled?
Well, the disturbances we've seen here resulted from the frustrations brought on by the colonialism. And we've seen young people who feel frustrated and trapped in the society reacting. The reaction from the government has largely been one of police action. Police with in riot gear, tear gas, go in and arrest everybody on sight and take the people away and put them into prisons. This has been the reaction by government. This is not the first disturbance we've had. We had one in 1968, and we saw the same kind of action. There was a commission in 1968 to look into what caused the disturbances, and the recommendations were made by this commission, and yet we have not seen any results from government, any action from government in attempts to rectify some of the ills in the community. And we expect that this will go on in this country, because we are a colony, and if you know the history of other colonies, this is a normal type of traditional way the colonies are gotten rid of. You have reaction from the people against the establishment and the colonial metropolitan masters.
I understand you yourself were arrested during the disturbances.
Well, I don't want to discuss the arrest. It's still sub judice, and it will be coming up in the Supreme Court sometime this month.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now that's the interview with Frederick Wade. What's coming up? There's a little pause in between. There was another interview that was done with him and Arthur Hudson, right? And it's interesting. The clip here focuses more on Arthur Hudson. Listen up.
Okay. Rolling.
Mr. Hudson, Prince Charles is due here in Bermuda on Tuesday, and his visit will be boycotted by the opposition parties. Why?
Well, in the first place, he doesn't come as a guest to our country. He comes as our future ruler. And we are, of course, opposed to colonialism in all its forms, in particular as it applies to Bermuda. We believe that colonialism is a rotten phase of human history. In particular, Bermuda, of course, where we're operating as a political party, and we feel that this is a design on the part of government to force Britain down our throats. And of course, he also represents the embodiment of British colonial policy, even as it is exercised in other parts of the world. Of course, the highlight points are Rhodesia. He won't go there. South African arms deal. This is all wrapped up with British colonialism, which we find very repugnant. It's expressed in other areas of the Caribbean. We saw what happened in Anguilla and British attitude there. And we simply feel that it would be unwise for us to participate in functions where he's going to be present, because our people would not understand what we're doing. Even if we told them that it was no personal disrespect to the prince himself as an individual, we're not very concerned about that at all. But our people wouldn't understand it. They understand that colonialism is a bad thing, and they know that he is the prince to sit on the British throne to carry out, to perpetuate this colonial system.
Do you think the protest against the prince's visit will take on a more, shall we say, violent tone than just a simple boycott?
My own guess is that it won't. But you can't guess about such emotional reactions in a colonial territory.
Now, the present disturbances you've been having here in Bermuda have been blamed in part on the opposition party. Do you go along with this, or is it just, I think, a government attempt to put the party down?
Well, I think it represents the ignorance on the part of government. As a matter of fact, government, I'm sure, must know that it was the Progressive Labour Party's deliberate policy, having warned the government about the attitudes of people and how unrest was in the minds of people. We warned them that this sort of thing would be taking place. And in order to avoid any blame to our own party, we have deliberately kept absolutely quiet throughout the entire summer. We've said hardly a word. We've made hardly a speech. And for them to now blame the disturbances on us, I think it represents more than anything else the complete reactionary attitudes of themselves and their determination not to change any of their policies, but simply to blame any failures in the country on somebody else. And of course, since we're contenders for political office, we happen to be the nearest target for them.
Thank you very much.
Now, just pause a moment, because there's a closing clip.
Yeah.
And I want you, we're going to have
Mr.
some
Hudson,
dialogue.
the prince is due to deliver the speech from the throne at the opening of Parliament. Will the opposition party be in attendance?
No, we won't. We're not going to be anywhere the prince is going to be. That won't affect the proceedings of Parliament at all. They'll print up copies of the speech and make sure everybody, gets it. It'll be the usual thing, I anticipate, with lots of promises, and we'll debate it, and that'll be the end of it. It'll be shelved and forgotten.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Now, that's heritage. That's heritage.
Yeah.
That's heritage in the spirit of the legacy of your grandfather and
Conscious
the elders of
leaders.
that period. Conscious leaders. Conscious leaders. And when you listen to that, 1970, you hear the examples. I mean, certainly.
The great Freddie Wade.
The great Freddie Wade.
Student principles, man.
You see?
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
The Rhodes Scholar and Arthur Hudson.
Uncle Arthur from Cottage Hill.
There you go. You see?
Uncle Arthur from Cottage Hill.
Conscious leadership.
Yes. Intelligence.
Yes. And intellectual leadership.
Yes, that's
intellectual leadership. But when you listen to that conscious leadership, Desmond, and of course, this was conscious leadership articulating response to the riots in the era, violence, right? Prepared to stand on the principles of actions taken against it. And of course, when we listen to the young Arthur Hudson and the young Freddie Wade, but the young Arthur Hudson in response to the prince's visit, and listening to that and juxtaposing the youth sentiment during that time in 1970 to the Prince's visit to now
or the other
right? You know, the king is come and gone. The king is come and gone. So I want you to elaborate when you listen to that, and given what you framed in terms of the discipline of your own character development, from family, elder, father, grandfather, that is, and of course this movement that you are, let me put it, I almost said elder, but elder to the youth. You are the elder to the youth.
Yeah, man, I learned from you.
You are the elder to the youth.
I got you.
Who are, you're guiding them. You're guiding them to find their voice in this here. And so when you hear that and juxtapose it with what you are looking to get out of the youth in this particular movement, it had me, when you want them to recognize their power, you mentioned that earlier, their power. And let me just read it and you can elaborate. Because you made the statement. And so young people are important and powerful change makers. We have knowledge. Young people have knowledge, skills, perspectives, and reach that older counterparts won't have. Young people understand the issues that they face, the solutions that would work best, and the steps to get them there. Better that they work those steps than the adults. Which is what you are attempting. Well, not attempting. You're not attempting anything. You have provided a platform for these beautiful young people to demonstrate their power. So, in them recognizing their power from this event, what are some of the other key messages that you are expecting to come from them? Because it's them speaking, correct?
They want, with youth comes courage, right? And as with, I do refer to Uncle Arthur as Uncle Arthur Hudson. You know what I mean? Having been cut at you. As Uncle Arthur and the late great Freddie Reid has said that with youth comes courage. However, and they are more academically, they have more resources, they have more access to information now than ever before. They have more support than they have that we had before, previous to this. So as you have read just now, these young people they're very intelligent at a young age.
All right.
And we have to use that intelligence. Like now, we can't let that slip. Use that intelligence and use that courage before they become the elders. You know what I mean? So they have to exercise that power, exercise that intelligence. We can, we can put them out there and they are afraid of nothing. Young people are not afraid of anything, right? As with the late great Freddie Reid and Uncle Arthur, they wasn't afraid of the king or the prince at that time. You know what I mean?
All the government in its era.
Response to what they were doing. Like they did not, they were boycott.
They stood on the principles of their actions and
exactly.
were prepared for the consequences.
Regardless. And you saw it. It's just business as usual for them. It's a purpose for them. It wasn't something where they had to think long and hard about, because they stood on their principles, and that level of disciplines took courage to stand against what we're gonna boycott where the Prince Charles was at that time, right? So that took a lot of, and they were public about it. They wasn't afraid to speak up on it. And our young people today, if you ask them a question, they're not afraid to answer it, you know. But with the leaders that are suppressing their voices, no, we suppress their voices. Now we're ready to kick a child out of school. Now we're ready to call them and label them, and we got all these ADHDs and LKPs and you know, we have so many labels that we are actually nullifying their voices.
Much of it is miseducation and misidentification labels, but that's coming up in future shows on all fronts.
Man. Do that.
Come September.
Come
September. New school year, we're going hard.
Come on, man.
We're going hard on education, and you'll be back there.
Come on, man.
For it. But let me ask you this here, because you said something, and give me, you know, as we talk this heritage piece, I take the position, because I see it every day. You see it through a different lens than I do. You see it through a lens because you're right there with your finger on the pulse of young people.
Yeah.
You're probably where I was 30 years ago. 30 years. I'm going to say 30 years ago. And I'm saying that because my son's now 31. So, you know.
I got you.
Where I was 30 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, man.
And before.
Yeah, man.
And before. So from certainly from age 15 and up to about age 45.
Yeah, man.
You know, is when my pulse, my finger on the pulse of young people like you have changed.
Yeah.
I've always had the education pulse.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I place more emphasis on where I am now.
Yeah.
But I ask you this here. Let me ask you. I take the position through the lens that I see that our young people are not valued by adult Bermuda.
Yeah.
Now, when I say adult Bermuda, let me place it in context.
Yeah.
Without any doubt.
Yeah.
Most adults love their children. Most people love their own.
Yes.
9 times out of 10. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
No. You'll do for your own child. All of us. My child first. You communicated something earlier of what is your heritage and your legacy of a Custerfield Crockwell and your great-grandfather. Yeah? In terms of their consciousness and their influence.
Yeah. Selflessness. Yeah.
But also those men, those women, that community, a Desmond, and all those other children around a Desmond, those other children around Desmond, heard and got the same discipline from a Custerfield, Crockwell, and others. Yeah. And so I take the position, and I want your perspective on this here. This gets at the power, and we'll look at some other things. That I just feel, man, and observe that people say it in Bermuda. Oh, Bermuda's children first. I said, no, it's not Bermuda. No, it's your child first.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's your child first, not Bermuda's children first.
You hit the nail on the head.
It's your child.
Yeah, man.
Not Bermuda's children first. This event, and I would hope that the adults just shut up and listen to Bermuda's children first.
Our children.
Our children first.
Absolutely, Doctor. Yeah.
Our children.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely, man.
You concur?
Yes, absolutely, 1000%. That we need to think about preserving our culture. There was a time, Doctor, where block parties were on a regular. Your block, we all looked out for one another. We was a family. Now our events are more commercialized. It's not so much of the neighborhood parties anymore.
Credit to St. Davis community.
Yeah, and Loyal Hill.
Loyal Hill.
You know what I mean? You can plunk them out now, right?
I will say, and we see...
It's not even like that.
Even in the west end of the island, Open Hearts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I would say this, though. Certainly celebrate those events and support those events.
Yeah.
I treat those things as very important, symbolic of occasional events.
Holiday.
That's
what,
scheduled holiday events.
You got it, man.
Let me ask this question.
You got it.
Let me ask you mentioned when you mentioned Uncle Arthur.
Yes.
From
Cottage Hill.
Yeah. You know that community, Cottage Hill.
Yeah.
And listening audience Bermuda, same thing in terms of Cottage Hill.
Yeah.
So when I think of Loyal Hill, I'm going to use Loyal Hill as an example because they're all on display because Bermuda Day is coming up. They had a little mini thing going on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much, and that's some consciousness too.
Yeah.
Credit to Loyal Hill.
Yeah.
But we do need to. Those things aren't one-off. This is what I'm getting at because we are very good right now. Bermuda Day is coming up. A lot of symbolism, event planning.
Good Friday.
Good Friday. You see the same thing.
You got it, man.
What I don't experience from those things is the transference of it.
Exactly.
In everyday community. Okay, people, no, we don't. Our children don't play like we used to. No. Okay, and this is not about comparing, but what we're talking about is the transference of what you see at Loyal Hill, what you see at St. David's, what you see in the West End Open Hearts, or any other little pocket of community who's doing traditional things, scheduled events.
Yeah. On a regular.
To me,
you don't see it.
You don't see it. And that's where
we come in.
we come in. But when you talk about, we were talking about earlier, that's what I was hearing of your own growth and development in an influence of leadership from Custardfield Crockwell and others. Because you always had it there.
You got it, man.
Always. It was always present. Always present.
Yeah.
And you had adults who were not afraid.
When I look back at the amount of adults that actually looked at me as their child, in a way, the Herbie Bascoms, it took me in. Carl and Herbie, you know what I mean? They was like my second mama and father.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I look at a Glenn Blakeney, the late Uncle Glenn's sons, Glenn Smith, that was my big brother. And they looked out for me, right?
Right.
Like they wanted me to use my power at that time because the sports was everything, right? When you're young, sports is everything, right? And they wanted me to feel, that's what made me feel powerful in a way. Not powerful, but important, valued, inspired, of course. Playing football back in the day underneath a Herbie, and then Drew would come by. That's like playing with leaders, conscious leaders in our era. In that environment, you look up to Andrew Bascom as a young man kicking ball, and a lot of it had to do with how he challenge the system and all this type of stuff.
Right.
He was that type of character.
Right.
Now, as we get older, of course, we don't take on everyone's beliefs, but we do admire characteristics of certain leaders.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Other than Custardfield Crockwell,
right?
Who were or are some of those leaders that you observe, you emulate, even if you took some things or you said, I like that quality in that guy, or that woman.
We have them local and foreign because I used to buy the posters, Martin Luther King posters, man, and have them in my college dorm, and study Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Malcolm X. I used to have videos and just study their lives. To be honest, I used to study how calm Gandhi was. I used to study his who anti
as racist as he was toward black people,
and
by the
against
way.
us.
But
you
his
know what I mean?
principle,
yeah, the characteristics,
the principle of his nonviolence transferred.
That was it. You know, I can't relate to what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understood his characteristic of humility and what he was dealing with. Martin Luther King's persistence in getting showered and sprayed and just keep coming, man. You know what I mean? And bringing people behind. That's leaders. You know, Malcolm X's transformation.
Oh, whose birthday was yesterday, by the way.
What? And we didn't celebrate that first?
Well, depends on who you are.
How you mean?
Depends on who you are.
Yeah. But that strength of overcoming adversity, the strength of telling a story, the strength of people, you know, being influenced by their characteristics.
Right.
I used to study that. Now, locally, Dwight Payback Warren was my big brother. And the reason why is because he played for Boulevard. Now, Boulevard was near the Zone Rebels. You know what I mean? You had the dreadlocks all around it. And Dwight stood firm on his spiritual principles.
Yeah.
He didn't play Friday nights. He didn't Kurt Watkins. He didn't play him. Albert Casey. Them guys, I admired that characteristic. 3,000%. Because they stood.
I'm smiling because those guys came in really toward the tail end of my career. And I remember I played against them, and I used to say, "Who are these guys, man?"
Yeah, man.
And you know, I see those guys today. We befriend each other. Man, I love them brothers. But I remember when they came into the league. You know, for me, I mean, I was in the league very young. But when they came in, I was like. What you spoke about was their character, and it was a certain payback, Casey presence that those brothers had, an aura.
Exactly.
For me, they carried that. Right. They carried that, and
I admired that, man.
Yeah.
Like Dwight was a huge influence, man.
Yeah.
And they were the heart of the team. Like seriously, if you took Dwight and Al out of Boulevard's team, the team got weakened.
Well, we used to enjoy. I'm saying we. I'm saying the Trojans.
Yeah, some.
You know, if any one of those two were present, we knew that. Okay, here's what we could do to these other three right here.
Oh boy.
You know.
Yes.
And we used to look at teams like that. Yes.
I know.
You're absolutely correct in terms of. They carried a certain ethic and principle of their presence in play, right? Which is very important.
And it influences people around them.
And exactly. You know what I mean?
Because of, we know as a sportsman that a good player is one that makes others around them better.
Yeah. That's leadership influence.
And that's leadership right there. Influence.
Leadership influence.
So you saw that. Like I saw how my big brother was a leader in the team. Well, he was probably one of the youngest. Because you're talking about I'm bigger. You know,
Richardson,
you know what I mean?
Albert Smith was cut short by injury. All those guys,
right? Yeah, you're talking about those guys. You know, then we had Buller pass through. We're talking about Gibbons, Jordan Gibbons. You know, with Mitchell, George Smith. You know, we're talking like back in the day, man. So amongst the rebels, they had humility.
Right.
They stayed calm. You know what I mean? You never saw Dwight shout, scream, curse. You know what I mean? In the midst of, and football is an emotional sport, right? Yeah. And he always stayed within his humility, man. And he stayed calm under pressure. So there's a lot of times they emulated that characteristic, you know, of Dwight a lot. And then of course I mentioned my grandfather, who was a leader. Wherever he went, people, you know,
everybody knew Mr. Crockwell. Yeah, everybody knew.
And I've seen nowhere.
And as an officer. And as an officer, he commanded respect.
He walked in the room. I'm seeing it.
He commanded respect.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen rebels hold memorials for my grandpa. Right? Like people say that I changed my life. I was in the streets and all that there. So we want to have some sort of acknowledgement dinner for this man here because he helped change my life. You know what I mean? And I tell my son that I'm not living for me. I'm living so one day somebody gives my son a lift for free. And his friends for free, you know what I mean? And their friends are friends, like because we got to carry on that legacy, but not just within my family.
But it gets back to what we were saying earlier in terms of the transference of.
That's the word,
transferring that heritage, those principles that. Others people's children are your children in my presence because I carry a certain conduct and discipline that I have for my children, and if you're with my children or you are with me, that's what you can expect.
You got it. You got it. My children's friends knew that.
Let me ask you this here.
You got it.
In terms of, because what some of the things that you're talking about, when you look at Bermuda Day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's take Bermuda Day.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about what's our culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And certainly beyond tagging the sidewalk for your plot, how do you see what we're talking about transferred on Bermuda Day from one plot to the next in terms of the conduct of our people upholding community principles and practices of humility, conscious leadership, integrity,
honesty.
How do you see it?
I see us becoming, I said it earlier, becoming more commercialized and influenced by, I don't know if it's other cultures, but it's definitely, other persuasions, right? Money, you're spending more money, but less authentic when it comes to, even the floats of land, is a lot more commercialization. So when we look at the crowds, like, we're not even embracing one another. We're actually separating, which is exactly what I said.
There you go.
I know what this means, right?
That's you're getting somewhere. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. What we actually, but we do this at home, right? We're building boundary walls.
Artificial.
You hear me? And we're fighting that the neighbor parks the car or wheel on my side of the wall, the boundary.
Yeah.
I haven't used that part of the boundary for years and years, but I'm fighting somebody because they need to park one tire over my side of the boundary.
Yeah.
So that spills over to what I was talking about earlier. Now, we don't have neighborhood collective events anymore, activities anymore. Your child's not looked at my child no more. You're talking about me in my house, in your household. So now your children think that they're my company. Your child's not my company. You know what I mean? So there goes.
Which makes it a little difficult for you to talk to the child or even discipline when you see something.
Now, with my son, and now I'm telling my child, don't hang out with him. So now it's more. I'm already teaching my child separation. I'm already teaching my child, envy, jealousy, and whatnot.
Right.
Not embracing. Not let's keep this neighborhood, because we're probably all related down the line.
9 times out of 10.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're losing that whole family connection. That person's my third or fourth cousin now. I'm not even really. We're fighting. I actually talking to a family member recently. He is fighting with the people next door. But everybody inherited it. None of them built it. None of you. This is not what you built. You all inherited it.
Yeah.
But we're arguing, and somebody don't want, a cousin to. Your cousins. Believe it or not, 30 years ago.
How will for this event? And I know we don't want to give away too much because this is more about the youth voice. Yeah. And I know that you probably had conversations with them. You're prepping them, and as you indicated, it's an invitation. I don't want to call it an invitation.
Yeah.
I like to say it's more of an obligation.
How you mean?
Responsibility. Let me put it that way.
How you mean, man?
Of the schools to send their student representation
to these.
So as the schools send their student representation, is it the expectation that each school is sending representative students, but there be one student or one person representative of that school to make a public statement, creed against or about anti-violence? Because that's the focus, really.
That is the focus. Yeah. So that's now we're gonna actually implement that, because in the end we do have there's youth leaders addressing the crowd, right? So we want to have peer-to-peer mentoring in another way, encouragement, peer-to-peer, motivation. That's the word, right? So that makes sense. And again, we have to be mindful who we identify as a leader You know, because there's a child that's been suppressed all this time. The emotions have been suppressed all the time. That may want to speak out.
Right.
You know, one that's been labeled all this time that may want to speak out in a positive way.
Yeah.
I started telling, and I just had these conversations, but as a young man that went up recently for murder, the last time we had this type of demonstration, we came through, this young man was at the front of the line pushing for peace. Now what happened? You know what I mean? This young man was at the front of the line pushing for peace and anti-violence, and we were consistent with the engagements at the school at that time. So my question is, again, who else encouraged him to be positive? You know what I mean? Who else saw that? Because when we go to some of these schools, the first thing they're looking at is the negative of these young people. And we don't look at it like that. You know, because these young people, as you see it, in tying all of this together, they are conscious leaders. You know, a lot of them can be conscious leaders. We have the information where, I'm sorry, we all can't get doctor's degrees these times. You know what I mean? Not everybody can afford that, right? But the access to information
means nothing about your intelligence or who you are. Means nothing. It's
your
just
purpose, your drive. You know, like, that comes from the influences around us. You know, so we want to encourage our young people in this event coming up that they are leaders. It doesn't matter where you come from, no matter what color you are. Sometimes at that age, as they get older, then of course, you know, we take on different
values.
Exactly.
That changes how we may choose to engage or interact with people. We understand the power dynamics that
it comes
in terms of race.
We have to be honest.
We understand the power dynamics.
Of course. So we might have to speak a little louder. A little bit more to be heard. You know what I mean? A little bit more consistent. We got to be driven. So so today I went to a meeting with one of the organizations, and the way that they had looked at me, I had to kind of let them know that respect is due both ways. You know what I mean? That I'm coming into you because I consider you, your organizations, in a leadership position. You know what I mean? But me, coming from where I come from, I want you to respect that in my own right, what leaders in our position. I'm telling them, I just left a school, you know what I mean, of number of children. And I got to meet with another school. So and I say our because of, you know, my influence I carry my grandpa. You know, I believe in God, I carry that everywhere. So when I say I'm talking about spiritual being as well, man. Let me carry somewhere, you know, we have to be mindful that some people may not see the leader in you. They may not see the leader in you.
That's a great segue for where I want to go and share the next clip. Because, again, we know there is a leadership challenge to be either the leader of the Progressive Labor Party and certainly the leader of the country. Thus far, we know that Jason Hayward has put his head in the ring. Curtis Dickinson has put his hat in the ring. They're still early. These things usually pull out maybe one or two others, but so far we have two. That, and of course Zane bowed out. Zane, I don't want to say he changed his script. Zane, he bowed out of the leadership challenge. And is looking to play a supportive role. All right, he's looking to play a supportive role.
That was after Curtis Dickinson. That was after Curtis Dickinson. Because
he's looking to play a supportive role. Matter of fact, I think he put more of a supporting role to Jason Hayward. So it brings into context something that you just said. And it made me, I said, let me go to, I know Curtis Dickinson just did a release, and some interesting things that was stated, and you've articulated some of them, and I want to listen to it because we're talking principles of leadership. Now, this is someone who wants to be the leader. Jason wants to be the leader. Zane wants to be a leader, not the leader of the party or the country, but he's in leadership roles, as are many of the others who uphold their electable candidacy and responsibilities. They're in leadership roles. Yeah. So we're going to listen to this here and place it in the context of the conversation that we're talking about.
I stand before you tonight with a deep sense of humility, responsibility, and purpose. The Progressive Labor Party is more than a political organization. It is a movement born out of struggle, built on sacrifice, and sustained by an unwavering belief that every Bermudian deserves a fair chance, a fair future, and quality of life. It is because of that belief, because of that responsibility, that I today announce my candidacy for leader of the Progressive Labor Party. Let me begin by acknowledging the leadership that has brought us here. I thank David Burt for his service to our country, particularly during some of the most challenging times in our modern history. Leadership is never easy, and service must always be respected. I also acknowledge my colleague, Jason Hayward, who has stepped forward to offer himself for leadership. This is a sign of a healthy party, one that is thinking about its future. We further take a moment to acknowledge our founders, our past members, our past leaders, and our past premiers. We remember former opposition leaders L. Frederick Wade and Dame Lois Brown Evans, who have passed on. We acknowledge Dame Jennifer Smith, Alex Scott, Dr. Ewart Brown, and Paula Cox, previous PLP premiers. We also acknowledge our past MPs, MPs Walter Lister, Eugene Cox, Nelson Bascom, Dr. Barbara Ball, David Allen, Reginald Minus, Stanley Morton, Ottawell Simmons, Arthur Hudson, Julian Hall, Calvin Smith, Eugene Blakeney, Walton Brown, Wilbur Lowe, Stanley Lowe, Senator Laverne Herbert, Chairman Maynard Deal, and Dr. Roosevelt Brown, also known as Paolu Kamafuago. We honor their memories and their contributions to our party and our community. They did the hard work. They paved the way. They fought for our rights, for our dignity, and for our place in Bermuda. And now it is our turn to pick up the baton and carry it forward for the next generation. To our PLP MPs who have retired, thank you for showing us the way. Your dedication, your passion, and your commitment to our party's values have not gone unnoticed. To our court members, thank you for keeping the flames alive. Your work is the foundation on which we build our future. Tonight, a new question is placed before us. What kind of leadership does the PLP and Bermuda need now? We are at a turning point. Our people are feeling the pressures of rising costs. Our young people are questioning whether opportunity truly exists for them. Our seniors are wondering if stability and dignity will be there in their later years. And within our party, there's a quiet but undeniable understanding that we must renew, we must refocus, and we must strengthen. We must deliver on the noble aspiration of a quality of life for all. I'm offering myself because I believe I am prepared to lead in this moment with clarity, discipline, and purpose. During my time as Minister of Finance, I was entrusted with stewarding this country through crisis. Those were not easy days. Decisions had to be made, not for political convenience, but for national survival. We had to be steady, we had to be responsible, we had to be honest. I did that work guided by one principle. If we do not manage our finances responsibly, we cannot deliver for our people when they need it most. Let me be equally clear. Fiscal responsibility is not the opposite of social progress. It is the foundation for it. A strong economy allows us to invest in our people. A disciplined government allows us to protect the most vulnerable. A credible leadership allows us to build trust, both at home and abroad. I stand before you as someone who has made difficult choices, even when they were not easy, even when they were not popular. Because leadership is not about holding an office. It's about standing on principle. My vision for the Progressive Labor Party is simple, but powerful. A party that is united, a government that is trusted, a Bermuda that is stable and also full of opportunity. We must be a party that speaks not only to our base, but to the entire country. Because the next general election will not be won on history alone. It will be won on confidence, confidence in our leadership, confidence in our direction, confidence that we are prepared not just to govern, but to govern well. To the delegates of this great party, I say this. You are not just choosing a leader. You are choosing the face, the voice, and the future of the Progressive Labor Party. You are choosing the person who understands that leadership at its essence is made true by service. You are choosing the person who must stand before the country and say, I'm here to serve you. I believe I am that person. Not because I speak the loudest, not because I promise the most, not because of popularity, but because I bring proven experience in the toughest of times, a record of disciplined, thoughtful decision-making, an unwavering commitment to integrity, a deep personal concern for those who have the least, and an ambitious vision for the future of our country. To the people of Bermuda, I say this. I see you, I hear your concerns, and I understand that what you want is not politics, you want progress. You want a Bermuda where hard work is rewarded. You want a Bermuda in which everyone has access to a quality of life, where opportunity is real, where leadership is steady and trustworthy. That is the Bermuda I believe in. That is the Bermuda I will work for every single day. So tonight, I ask for your support, not just to win an internal election, but to lead our party forward, to strengthen our country, and to build a future that every Bermudian can believe in. Let us move forward together. Thank you, and may God continue to bless us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of, you hear a lot of the character attributes of principled leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We started off with conscious leadership.
Yeah.
You hear that, you hear certainly the foundation that you have in terms of even the acknowledgement of the ancestors and the elders in that delivery. Custerfield Crockwell.
Yeah.
You know, those whom you look up to in the context of this, all of the heritage and legacy of, yes, that is Progressive Labor Party history, but Bermuda's history, Bermuda's heritage, Bermuda's legacy.
Yes.
But it's this thing of, you know, that question. What kind of leadership?
Boy.
That's a important and essential question.
Yeah.
What kind of leadership does Bermuda need now? What kind of leadership does Bermuda need now? And again, in the context of what is your conviction, what is your purpose with these young people, our children, carries it some of the same character attributes. Discipline. Focus. Humility. Trust. Honesty. That I word.
Mr. Dickerson.
Integrity.
Speak well.
Well, speaking well
he speak well.
and following the actions of what you speak is two different things.
And again, here's
so for young people,
man.
I'm taking all that he said because it's the future.
Right.
He weighted his candidacy on the shoulders of those before him.
I just can say that.
Cusserfield Crockwell.
I just can say that to him.
On the shoulders before him. Yeah?
Yeah. His shoulders is he standing on? I was just gonna ask that because I think that when we look at the interview you had with Freddie Beard and Uncle Arthur,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They stood on something.
They stood for something too.
For something. Yeah, right. That's what
they stood on and they stood for something.
But what do we stand for?
What that's a significant question, my brother.
Because they stood, and when you look at the leadership we've had, respectfully, over the last 20 odd years. What
do we stand for?
Exactly, man. We go after win. We've been influenced by so many outside influences, right? The whole chasing the Bitcoin thing, the whole international business, the others, that we actually lost our attachment to the people, respectfully. Mm-hmm. We lost that connection with the people. You know, it was a time where everybody felt like an ambassador and tourism was high.
Yeah, keep going.
Culturally, we all felt important.
Mm-hmm.
When international business came along and started to take over and become dominant, culturally, we didn't feel as important as people, you know. As a matter of fact, we couldn't even open up a bar on the beach. We had to go jump through hoops. But the hotel that's getting built with these residential attachments and all that gets green lighting, backing, and all the rest of it. You understand? We got
at the displacement of your own people not having.
You hear me?
The basic right of housing.
How many people we actually create a charity named HIMS?
Yeah,
because the problem could be addressed. So who in these leadership positions?
What do we stand for?
Exactly.
What do we stand for?
What are their priorities?
What kind of leadership does Bermuda need now?
We need grassroots. I want to say grassroots. But we need ones that understood what Freddie Beard was fighting for so long.
How is that transferable to what you are looking to do with the consciousness development of young people in this event that's coming up?
Our young people carry on our heritage. We have to stay connected to them as much as we are chasing after the international stuff and the, being recognized outside, and we talk about financial stability and all that. But we still got to keep our young people connected to who they are. Mm-hmm. Do our young people know about Freddie Beard? Damn, Lewis Bart Evans? Do we even know what that building, who that lady
was just yesterday.
You heard me?
Which was yesterday.
This is, you spoke like, so who is teaching them?
Other than what's the responsibility of what you teach children in your household, there is a community responsibility.
We have to keep that alive, Doctor.
Yeah.
We have to.
When I think of a Bermuda Day and young people, with the question that you just raised, all right? These are our opportunities every year.
Oh boy.
Every year.
Oh boy.
Where we pay homage. As we celebrate the here and now, we also give acknowledgments to those who laid the foundation. That's what a Bermuda Day should be about for me. When you say our culture. And so now, think of it. This symbolic event called Bermuda Day. That day of joy, entertainment. Well, call it that. It's got some alcohol and everything else in it. Let's be real. There's all the things that come with, which is very much a part of Bermudian people's character. Why isn't it we don't see the reinforcement of what you just talked about? And here's where I'm going with this here. You see, this is an event. You are in a, as am I, but you are in an influential position and you do it well in bringing those young minds and bodies together.
Yeah, right.
Who want?
Yeah.
They want to know.
Of course.
Most young people, they want to know. They want to know.
Of course.
I believe the greater advocacy for what we're talking about comes from them, with your guidance and like-minded people's guidance.
And the transferring, as you like.
It's a transference. We got to transfer it.
I don't want to take away from 24 for me, but I don't even think last year they were able to nominate a Bermuda hero. Right?
Right? Yeah.
Right? They
you may as
find out
excuse me.
A local hero, Doc?
Let's say they didn't. We're going.
Criteria for.
We're going somewhere,
I'm sorry,
which tells you, right? in other words, they can't identify anyone who fits the bill of a hero for Bermuda. Who needs a hero? Look, I respect those whom they have identified, nominated as heroes. But the greater lesson is in what you just stated, what we just heard in the two clips.
Yeah.
In the two. Every year, this is again, you see, let me tell you, I'm pointing out the absent-mindedness of the very same adults who say our children need.
They matter, I know this, yeah.
Our children matter. Our children don't know. Our children don't know because you don't do.
Who's teaching them?
You don't do.
Yeah,
and we when you, I think, what's the theme this year?
Culture.
Culture? What culture?
Whose culture?
Whose culture? Whose culture? In the display of whose culture, will we see the heritage and legacies of these people who you just said many of our young people don't even know.
Yeah. What they've contributed, what these people contributed.
Don't even know.
You know? Yeah. And
don't even know in relationship to what their movement is going to be about on what day again?
June the 19th.
So we know what part of your obligation, responsibility will be. But again, this is youth voices toward the issue of anti-violence.
Yes,
stop the violence, people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when we say this, we're talking stop the physical violence.
Yeah.
I'm saying, may we add to it, my brother Desmond Crockwell, that we stop the psychological violence.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Can we add that? Can we add that to it?
More, man. The psychological violence.
It's the psychological violence.
Yeah, man.
The absent-mindedness of us as a people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's right in front of us.
Yes.
Have every opportunity. Right? And we can bemoan what others have come into your country and supplanted as theirs, which is what other people do, is what Bermudians are doing overseas. They're doing things that they identify with as Bermudian people, whether in the United States, Canada, or
England,
or the UK. Yeah?
Where the prince just came from.
Well, the king.
The king. No,
the
sorry.
king.
My apologies.
Yeah, the king. No apology needed.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The event that you're putting on, brother, is so significant. Let's entertain the listening audience for a period of time. My people, you know the number, 297-1027. 297. Overseas, 888-257-9086. You are listening to Magic 102.7. We got our brother, Youth Connect, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Desmond Crockwell.
Yes, sir.
Good night, you on all fronts. Good night, you on all fronts.
Hey, Dale Butler, good evening.
Brother Dale,
Oh, man.
always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Mr. Butler.
I'd just like to congratulate that's Mr. Cockrell.
Yes.
Butler, thank you, man.
Yeah, wish him the best. Very quickly on National Heroes. So I did that 7 years at my home because the PLP of the day would not do National Heroes because they were in opposition. And it was extremely successful. Number one. Number two, I then became the minister responsible for pushing that through the House.
Right.
After extensive research by myself and the civil service, there isn't a country in the world that appoints a national hero every year. The government changed it to every 10 years, which makes sense. We're not just picking anybody
Got
It
you.
takes a great deal of study. I later served on about maybe 4 years ago when they were picking them, and it was almost impossible. They were all like B's, A minuses. There wasn't one that really went that long distance that those who have been nominated have.
Right.
Last point is, you mentioned young people don't know, not necessarily young people. I took 3 photos out today wearing a white handkerchief. Who wore a white handkerchief in the race?
Oh, Sir Stanley.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
Right,
know.
yeah,
but
man.
most
Well,
people were like,
I'll say
most-
Sir
right.
Stanley, and I also know
What, did he
Kelvin
brothers?
Hensley
Did he brothers?
also
Oh, yes,
used to
yes,
have it
yes.
wrapped.
Yes, Hensley.
Yeah,
Yes. I remember.
Yeah,
Well, most
he used
people
to have it
didn't know.
around
Nobody knows.
Kelvin. He used to have it around his neck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 people did not know. Who wore white
See.
gloves?
The twins.
Divergent
Yeah,
twins?
hey, this guy, who said, Dr. Lou, you're on the
Divergent
phone, man.
twins?
You got it.
Divergent
You got
twins,
it.
yeah.
You
You know
cannot
what's happening,
say-
yeah.
you
Well,
cannot say
I'll
the
stop because I
children-
know my history. So I've been taught by you well, sir. I've been taught by you well.
The children. You cannot say the children.
The adults, yeah.
don't-
It's
and
the
they're
adults.
greatest
That's what we
adults
just
in
said.
Yeah.
That's
the
what.
greatest. No, wait a minute. These are adults, I asked. 30 adults. We're going on about foreigners don't know. We better start looking at ourselves.
Selves,
Because we
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know, and we're not even cooking local food the way we used to. My last point is this. I held up in the Court Street area a picture of a prominent runner. Why Court Street? Because the race ended at the Royal Cafe.
Right.
Thanks to Mr. Hudson in place and Mr. Miners, who was grooming them, et cetera, et cetera. It was Mr. Tucker who eventually took it on, and Dr. Gina Tucker. They did not know this person, who, once he ran, had no time to stand around and take pictures. Immediately wiped his face, put on his jacket, got in his Phoenix Annex van, and went where?
Went to
To
work.
the airport.
To the airport?
To pick up the newspapers and bring it back. They did not know, in the heartbeat of Hamilton, the heart of this man's life, did not know Calvin Moldy Hensley.
Hensley, yeah.
Hensley, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can give you more examples, but I'll stop.
And he ran in army boots.
They don't even know that. Didn't know anything. Did not know. This is not a little 8 by 10. This was a massive poster. I hope to have all 3 posters in the second car coming down from Somerset. And I'd like to thank the Marathon Committee for under Dr. Tucker for recognizing 10 years of work. But a lot of people at Cup Match, I'm interviewing people at my home. That's the type of commitment and dedications that's missing. There are 2 things that are preoccupying this country: potholes and what else?
The high cost of living.
Potholes, everything. That's why you couldn't get a Clyde Best. You couldn't get a Clyde Best movie earlier, or any other movies. And I put it in my review because we're preoccupied with potholes, and we're preoccupied with foreigners making progress rather than, hold on. We need to know. As a young person said to me at Cafe 4, I don't know where, at Cafe 4 opposite KFC, to a tourist, I don't know where the ferry terminal is.
Wow.
That's the ferry terminal, they're Bermudian.
So who's
stop worrying about foreigners
feeling
and start learning this. Ask that gentleman over there, me. And they're at opposite KFC. Did not know where a ferry terminal is.
See,
You cannot blame teachers. Parents used to do that, walking around town at Christmas, window shopping, highlighting things. When the schools can't get to it, why? Because of behavior?
Yeah.
Good luck on your event, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Butler.
commend you on your long-term stay at the Wicket.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Dr. Lou, we wish you the best too. You certainly get the most important people on, but I tell you, keep up the good work, gentlemen.
I appreciate you calling in and giving us some insight, especially in terms of the Heroes Day and the rationale behind it being 10 years.
10-year break. You need a 10. You don't even know. Go on town and ask them. Name me one. I bet you'll get Lewis Brown Evans.
Yeah.
And wasn't there a guy named got it. They can't tell you more than that.
Yeah.
It was a disappointment. Now, I only picked up the posters from Victor Scott that I learned them so I can use them in the car. So Victor Scott students, I donated the posters to them about 10 years ago or so, and they're still in good shape. So I just took 3. I could have taken many more, but 3. Anyway, enjoy your race, guys. I'll have my white handkerchief on. When I was the principal of Delwood, 300 children came to school with handkerchiefs on. Who is doing that? And no education officer should ever tell a principal what to do. They should know within their heart that we've got to raise these issues in front of children and just do it.
Every day.
I didn't go to the Minister of Education. The students don't know anything about sanity budget. You got the job to do.
You got it. You said it, man. You said it. More to come. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, take care. All the best.
Yes, appreciate it.
Man.
Good night, you on all fronts. Oops, lost you. Good night, you on all fronts. Oh, lost you too. Good night, you on all fronts. Hello. Turn your radio down.
I'm sorry about that, man. I didn't realize you got in.
Yeah, you got in. You're in. You're in.
I figured, Mr. What the young gentleman had to offer tonight. You know, it should be busy. Or either that or everybody's in awe. But I'm going to tell you, listening to your, is it grandfather?
Cusserfield Crockwell. Yeah.
Yes, listening to your grandfather brought back some serious memories, man, and reminded me how disappointed I am that the same type of athlete was not made when the king visited, or when the prince came back as a king. Why we as a people did not plan some type of movement to remind him of the remnants of colonization. As Freddie did done, man. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. As a young runner coming back to Bermuda with athletic scholarship and being dominant on the road circuit, and eventually reached the point where I even dominated the Bermuda Marathon Derby. But more known for track and field.
Mike. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes. I knew you would know me. But I'm going to tell you.
That's right.
I was facing a lot of flack because there was a rift between the road running, who was dominated by the weight society here, and track and field, primarily because they felt they should be the one governing athletics in this country.
Wow.
And I, as an athlete, was caught in the middle of that. But I wasn't afraid to take a political stand and fight against those that were misunderstanding how athletics should be run. Because I knew the history. I knew how Randy Benjamin and others had fought to make athletics a fair sport with equal opportunity for everybody. Because in the days of the AAU, which was run primarily at the AA club, they took who they wanted to the Olympics. And you know who they were. And as a result, that's why we speak about the Henses, Calbean, and anybody else in the past, because the Bermuda Marathon Derby was looked at to the black community as our Olympics or our way of performing,
right,
and showcasing our athletic skill, because we weren't guaranteed
Gotcha, man.
under that administration to be sent to the Olympics for our abilities. Here I come along, an athlete capable of making it to the Olympics, and I'm an obstacle. I'm a young target.
Dang.
And in the middle of that, watching certain things take place, like them storming the BTSA meetings to try to infiltrate, going to the world governing body, trying to convince them that these people aren't running the sport properly. And I fought against that.
Right.
And as a result, people like your grandfather called me and understood my plight. And I got involved to the point where me and him became close. And I even ended up doing the PLP's platform at that time under your grandfather's leadership. So a lot of people don't even realize or know that side of me. And how I was encouraged to fight this during that time post-segregation that took place. Today, I look at it as if most feel like the waters have calmed. And to some degree it has, in terms of them actually making an effort to try to take over the leadership. Yeah. There seems to be more of an effort to have some harmony in that area.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful for. But we as a government need to look at things a little differently when it comes to how we support athletics. Okay. In particular, how we finance athletics. And who we give accolades to in the name of not making certain groups, certain ethnic groups uncomfortable in this country. And until that happens, we're never going to grow as a country in terms of being dominant in world athletics. And you know, hey man, you can feel proud of the type of people who you didn't know personally. Don't fully appreciate the stance and the bravery that your grandfather had.
But it gets at. Let me ask you this here, Mike. Let me ask you this here. You know, something that Desmond was saying, even what Dale was saying earlier. Again, what is our responsibility to, and Dale said, in terms of telling our own story. As someone who has been an icon of the 24th of May race, that you are, what is it we need to do when you reflect on the years you ran to where we are now and what you observe and see through a different lens, because you're not running, or are you? I don't know. When it comes to conveying or portraying or projecting the heritage and legacy of Bermuda's people. Should Bermuda Day be a period in time where we accentuate that even more? And why is it you feel that we don't do that? Just as we were stating, I mean, you know, Desmond was bringing up earlier, when you think in terms of, when we were listening to what's his name, Curtis Dickinson run off the names of the legacies of persons who built and shaped the leadership of Progressive Labor Party. If our children don't know who some of those people are right now, events like Bermuda Day, isn't that an opportunity and time to display who those persons are? I mean, placards and pictures of all of the icons who ran the race should be a part of Bermuda Day to me all the time. Is that something that you feel has been absent when you reflect from the time that you started to where we are now?
I know it's the problem. I know it's absent because today we want to make certain people comfortable. And we even invite them into our meeting to help to organize.
Yeah. At the expense of reshaping, and this is what you was getting at, Desmond, in terms of our own culture. Yeah. See, I feel this here in Bermuda. We are very easy people of giving up who we are to appease other people.
Somebody tell me when.
There's no
follow us,
and I tell people there's no way in hell you're gonna go to what is it? May Day. What is it? I think it's
Macy's Parade or something.
Well, Macy's. I even forget about that. I'm talking about if you were the Mexicans have a
the Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you're gonna
You
turn
think,
that into.
you think you're going to turn that into your own
slavery?
symbolic? No, you will not.
How you mean?
No, you will not.
I spoke about this the other day.
Konnichiwa.
How
You
you
go
mean?
Japan, you better. Hey.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, to give credit, some efforts was made by letting the race finish where it historically used to finish, to give credence to some of the history.
I get that. When it finished on Court Street, yeah.
Yeah. So anybody organizing, there will be some pros and cons in terms of what goes on. But at the same time, I agree 100% with you.
Yes.
Why don't we display more?
Every Bermuda Day during the parade, there should be in every other space, symbolically, yeah. And it gets back at what do we need permission? We don't need permission. We need to make a statement. We need to make a statement to say, hold on here. These iconic figures or persons must always be present, or we're going to insert into Bermuda Day certain figures, certain persons that do what? Who have shaped Bermudian identity.
Such as a mic.
And this is not to appease, right? Even if you didn't like a Jack Tucker, a Henry Jack Tucker, he shaped Bermudian identity. But we're gonna balance it out. You see, with Mazumbo. You understand what I'm saying? There you go.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Everybody, yeah. And then I've got to give, Dale Butler credit.
Always. Yeah.
Because he is absolutely right. We can talk until the cows come home, but at the end of the day, we just gotta get on with it.
Well, he said it. It's Bermudian people who must take the responsibility. Stop, whining, making noise about what other people are doing and taking. It's what you allow.
Yeah. But I think you come up with an excellent idea. Obviously it would need some financial or support.
Well, it doesn't need any financial support. I would say I want the youth to do something about it.
What I'm envisioning, well, whatever, excuse me for not being able to get the word out. But what I'm seeing is a display of history in between each float.
Absolutely.
Pictorially, with information or whatever, that's displayed that people can see and read, especially our youth, of the race and other the national heroes.
Yeah.
And other any idea that displays what people need to know about our history.
We don't need to wait 10 years to display the national heroes that we've already identified during Bermuda Day.
Yeah.
They should always be present. It's Bermuda Day, people.
It's their day.
They are of that day. And let me just say to the organizers of this thing, when we're talking culture, you see, Desmond, you brought it up. That's part of the culture. And I'll say this, what it does add to the culture, when you do that during Bermuda Day, is build, okay, we're not independent yet, people, but it does build your Bermudian identity.
National pride.
Or national identity.
How do you mean? Yes.
That's what it builds.
Yes.
But the more we tell the real story, without camouflage and things, people understand. I think it's been popularized. Some of our running heroes in sport, and even some of our political heroes. But sometimes we forget all the other in-between stuff that's important for people to know as well. That is out there, but it's very seldom spoken of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice for people to know that, what occurred, that it was segregation, post-segregation, desegregation, tell the story, what went on and how it went on.
Well,
we all know, and now we can make it back.
If there's ever a time to be uttering those stories, is right now with what we see going on globally, that's being transferred even here in this country. Appreciate you, my brother.
No problem, you guys.
Much respect, Mike, man. Have a nice night.
All right. Good night, you on all fronts. We're talking and speaking with Desmond Crocker.
Good evening. How are you, Chief?
I'm good. Question. Hey, Clark,
Yes.
when is your function?
June the 19th.
And where's it going to be?
Friday. We're starting from Bernard's Park, and we're walking to City Hall steps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Got you covered. Now, back to what Mr. Butler and Mike was just saying, which I agree with, especially with having some type of display of the not only former champions, but the people that the shoulders that we are standing on, or that makes Bermuda Day.
Yeah, the founders who made that. Yeah,
exactly. Because I just came out of Atlanta last week, and you know that there have been 7 World Cup games in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was at North Lake Mall, and you won't believe the picture that I saw. I saw Maradona, big fat car.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Pele.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Ian Rush. And I saw Franz Beckenbauer. Now, Franz Beckenbauer didn't play World Cup until I was a little wee boy. Just about knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
And these things in giant pictures.
1970.
Up against them all.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the World Cup is now, only a few games being played in Atlanta.
Yeah. Right.
That is something of the format.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need anywhere from East Broadway to Bernard's Park. That's plenty of room and sufficient.
Right. Well, I'll go as far as any government building, certainly on Jones One building, as you're coming up East Broadway.
Yeah. Right.
Because right now that is becoming the iconic, symbolic place, for any event of Bermuda to be posted.
To be posted, right?
And why not? Just as you are describing.
Exactly.
If Sir Stanley is the iconic marathon figure, should be posted.
Should be posted.
And as you travel throughout Hamilton, people should see
a poster of someone.
The twins, Ed Sherlock,
Mike.
Even my good buddy Raymond Ming should be posted.
All of them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what makes, when you talk about Bermuda Day, that's the informal education for our children. Mom, who's that?
That's right.
Who's that? Because the children are going to be in the vicinity of the adults speaking about who those iconic people are. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
Informal education, just as we expect that if you are taking your child to shop in Hamilton, they should damn well know where the ferry is.
That's right. I'll stop you.
There you go.
Ferry, City Hall, and your bus stop.
There you go, my brother.
If anything, you should know where them 3 are.
Well, hey, no, you should know where the House of Parliament is. Start there too. Appreciate you, my brother.
No problem, go buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey, what a way to I want to play this last clip because it brings into context a lot of things, man. And let us listen up to. This is Shaheed Bolson.
There's always going to be fewer people who rule than there are people who are ruled. But how are they ruling is the question. That's the issue. What's their qualification? The qualification is supposed to be wisdom. It's supposed to be decency, loyalty to the people, concern for the people, insight, understanding, honesty, conviction, moral uprightness, consistency in their principles, virtue, dedication to serving the greater good. I mean, can you name even one single leader in the West, in the Western world, who has even one of these qualifications? Forget about having all of the qualifications. Any leader in America or in the West who even has one of these qualities. Well, you and I know that they embody the opposite of every single one of these qualifications for leadership. They're unwise, they're indecent, they're disloyal, they have contempt for the population, not concern, they're dishonest, they're uncommitted, they're amoral, and blatantly hypocritical. They're unvirtuous, and they couldn't care less about serving the greater good of their societies. They're selfish, not selfless. They're public servants who have made the public servants. Well, you have no credibility. You have no respectability, and you have no qualifications. We know that every single word you say is a lie, and every action that you take is against us. You've never achieved anything except at our expense. You never created anything except that you destroyed more in the process. And everything you have by means of deception, exploitation, expropriation, colonization, and violent subjugation. You may be at the top of the class hierarchy, but the bottom of the moral hierarchy. You're classists with no class. You have power, but you have no authority. You are billionaires who have been held up by billions of hands from the 90% of the global population, crowd surfing on the global south, crowd surfing on the underclass, crowd surfing on the working class. And you've been doing it for a long time, so don't be too surprised when we decide to drop you.
My brother Desmond, you have the qualifications of a leader, my brother.
Powerful, man. That was powerful, man. Yeah, that was powerful, man. And
in the context of all that we heard with our callers just now, starting with Brother Dale, right? The qualifications of our leadership, of our leaders. When you think in terms of those whom we have projected out there as heroes, when you think in terms of this event that's coming up on Friday, Bermuda Day, other than the people who have registered to run in the event, how many of them can identify or name 10 iconic marathon figures associated with the history of this event? You understand what I'm saying? The qualifications of leadership. So when we hear a Curtis or a Jason or the premier or anyone who's in leadership speak about principles of leadership, right? Principles of leadership. You hit it, brother. What our young people are looking for on June 19th as they exercise their voices and their power, right? Yes, their power and their voices. Yes, on anti-violence. And yes, the anti-violence that has been the scourge of our society, you know, amputated spirits, taking lives. Senselessly. That we also think of the psychological violence that we inflict upon our children and each other every day with this beautiful day that we call Bermuda Day. Let's keep it real, people.
What is a leader? Let's go. You started out. You opened that up, right?
Well. Hey, I mean, I asked what kind of leadership does what we just said?
Exactly, man.
On the evidence of everything that we just
do we
heard,
even have what we identify as leaders?
What kind of leader or what kind of leadership does Bermuda need now?
You see the deal.
You heard the last qualifications. What's your moral compass?
That's right. That's right.
You heard, I wrote down a number of things. I mean, Curtis was running them off, and whether he's successful or not, now we must hold him or Jason or whomever. You know, is he going to unite? Is he going to be trusted?
Where is he used?
Is he going to be stable and create opportunity and with vision and integrity?
That's the words he used.
That's what those the words he used.
Who holds him accountable?
Who hold exactly? Hold on. Responsibility. Please hold, caller. Responsibility. Purpose. And your word, which is the foundation of your leadership and the legacy that is your family.
That's right.
Discipline. Good night, caller. Go ahead.
Just tuned into your show, Dr. Lou, enjoyed it.
All right, sir, appreciate it.
You're talking about leadership?
Well, we're talking about leadership. We're talking to Desmond Kwakwo. We're talking about also youth leadership. But what we've been sharing clips of leaders of the past.
I can say one thing,
the current,
Dr. Lou.
yeah.
Cut it short. Take a page from Abraham Tory. That's what you do. That's a true 2026 leader. And it's going to unite Africa and in the Seychelles is coming, Malawi, Niger, Namibia. They're all coming, joining up as one.
So
you want to be a leader? Take a page from him. Not what you can do for yourself or your fellow man and your countryman. Take a page. They can all take a page from Abraham Tory.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I appreciate it.
Much.
To the point.
I appreciate you sharing that.
Much love,
That's
man.
right.
Much love.
And if anyone, when you listen, I mean, the latest in terms of Abraham Traore, what was it? Who was it? Some European leader attempted to, it was around, medical doctors. And he refused. He says, we have our own. And if we are to command any respect in the healing of our people must see medical doctors that look like them, who are of their community, who know them. He's not dismissing medical practitioners from other countries, whether it's China, Russia, or anywhere else, but you are not going to be coming into his country and displacing his people who are qualified practitioners and leaders in the field. Go ahead, caller. Good night, caller.
Yeah, good night, caller. Dr. Lou?
Yes.
Yes, sorry, I got cut off. And another thing, where is our leadership on reparations? The European economy was built off of slavery. America celebrating its 250th anniversary. Free labor, still all the property from the Indians and the Chinese that was building railway system.
Here's the reality of that 250-year celebration that's coming up, right?
What is it, independence?
Well, when you look at that, weighted against the current legislative policies and practices inflicted on the American people, I'll say this here. Black people in America are being recolonized. Some will go as far as to say you're being sent back to the plantation, right? But I'll say this. We wait to see their resilience and their resolve to fight back, because that is their heritage, their legacy, when they have been suppressed. Yeah.
And I'll leave you with this, Dr. Lou.
Go ahead.
Every country, supposed to be successful country in Europe has been the profits of the Atlantic slave trade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you look from India to all the African countries, you look at the The British family in particular, they have made their money bigger
I've been raped for
over slaves, and then they don't want to pay you no reparations. They owe the Caribbean islands, know the blacks over £1 trillion.
Not even pay or repay. They've made it clear that they will not make an apology.
Not even an apology. No,
That's that moral compass, you see. That's that moral compass that we talked about earlier.
Built off of their heritage.
Yeah.
They would never.
They have a black woman that's they have a black woman right now that's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. I think she's the assistant or she's the Chancellor. And she's saying they ain't paying, a black woman saying they ain't paying the reparations.
Well, I know what's your name. I know it's the opposition leader of UK Parliament.
She's way up there.
Yeah.
And any country, Belgium, France, Spain, Sweden, the Netherlands, Italy, they all made their money over slavery and returned all the items that they stole from the
we do know that some of those, one or two of those European countries have returned, quote unquote, and returned.
Yeah, but they ain't returned not another quarter of what they stole.
Not close. Not close. not 500 years of
That's right.
of terrorism.
And I'll show you with this, Dr. Lou. And India was the lead nation of 100 years ago. The British even stole the turf. That's what they stole. Anyway.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, man.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. You too, guys.
Yes, you too.
All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother, man.
My brother, this has been beautiful and real. I'll say this here, as we do on all fronts, and of course, it is your responsibility. But we inform, we teach on all fronts, and we have an opportunity as the young people march, understanding social activism through your guidance and leadership. They have the opportunity to march with symbolic representation, pictorial, with the placards, and I don't know. As we talk anti-violence, certainly we have the pictures of those who are unsolved crimes. Yeah. Those are faces and spaces and places that our young people, as they talk anti-violence, must also know to whom they are speaking of. So, I don't know. A picture.
We find a way to connect this.
Connect that to the movement. As a statement of solidarity for the families that still grieve. And this army of young people are saying, no more violence. We're anti-violence. And we carry the memories of these unsolved faces, or those who have been solved. Let them carry those faces in the movement. Because I'm sure one or two or a dozen or so will have a relationship with about a dozen of those photos.
There's young people who would have been affected.
They would have been affected. That's right.
That's right.
And I'm one of those people, Desmond, what you're doing in the spirit of much of what we talked about here tonight, when we talk about the heritage, the principles of leadership, when we talk about the peace, that through the symbolic representation of what you are doing, there's the possibility that out of those unsolved murders, maybe just through that act
and the power of the youth voices
And the youth's voices are revealing of solution to what was unsolved comes forward. Huh?
That's powerful.
Excuse me.
Powerful.
That's conscious leadership.
How you mean?
You got me, my brother?
How you mean?
You're doing something
that's
powerful with young people.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, by adding symbolically those representations, the students then have the stories in the narrative.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah?
And purpose, like.
And purpose.
Yes. Yeah. That creates the legacy. That's who they will remember themselves, yes.
Look. And I'm sure it'll be filmed.
Yeah. It will never be forgotten.
10 years from now. 10 years from now. 10 years from now.
Yeah.
When you play that back to them.
Yes.
And we don't know. We don't know. It may take 10 years to solve an unsolved crime. But through their consciousness and the act that you have these young people involved in, exercising their voice at City Hall on the 19th, between 12 and 1, I believe.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Asking the adults, be present, sit and listen. No judgment, just listen. That's all we're asking. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Let the youths speak.
Let the youth speak.
Yeah, man. As Mr. Butler said, we guide. Let's guide, man. Let's advise, you know? But let the youth speak.
Yes.
With youth comes strength and
yes,
courage.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Let them utilize their strength and their courage.
And that's their power.
That's exactly what they represent, man.
That's their power.
That's their power.
That's their power.
That's the work. That's their power.
That's their power.
And we do acknowledgement, and we have to acknowledge them. But as Mr. Butler said, I don't want to say outer, because you called me outer earlier.
Well, I was just messing with you. No. You're outer to those young people.
Yeah. I've already got a name between.
No. You're older.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
You're the elder to those younger people.
Come on junior.
Yeah. I'm just placing it in context. That's what I meant by it.
But we need to know. We need to keep it alive. We need that energy. We need the concern. As Mr. Butler said, he was nominating people himself.
Yeah.
He built, I think, a statue of Clarence Hill around his house.
Yeah.
Himself. He said
all those persons, like I said, it goes forward with what we're talking about. In this event on the 19th of June is an opportunity coming from the voices of young people.
Yeah.
Right? Solutions. Sentiments. Their moral compass. Seeking understanding.
Yeah.
That's what's coming out of this event.
Sharing their concerns.
And we're not looking for adult judgment.
Yeah.
Just want adults to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Friday,
my brother.
March. Friday,
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I want to close out. It was the birthday of Malcolm X yesterday. And, as we do on all fronts, comes out of the speech of Malcolm X.
Yes, sir.
Malcolm said, we don't fight on any one front. We fight on all fronts. And I'll just share this little segment of Malcolm. Hold on.
My ultimate goal is to make whatever contribution I can toward... Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to make whatever contribution I can toward bringing about complete freedom. Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal?
What happened?
My ultimate goal is to
I got to mess up. Hold on.
To make whatever contribution.
I hate when these pop-ups mess up my
Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal?
Let me see. Let's see now, because this is a 45. Go ahead. Clip. Why Why is it doing it?
Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to make whatever contribution I can toward bringing about complete freedom. Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal?
I don't know why it's doing
My
it. Hold
ultimate
on.
goal is to make whatever contribution I can.
You know when you want to do something, it's never done this before, you know.
Of course.
Contribution I can toward bringing about complete freedom, justice, and equality for black people in this country. Complete respect. Malcolm, what's your ultimate goal?
I don't know what's this thing. It never did this. It never did this. I'm gonna play it earlier. But you get it. The ultimate goal, people, is to bring freedoms and self-respect to what we do. That's the message of what he's talking about.
Psychologically, as well as you said, the psychological violence.
And I think I say this here. I think we, when I look at what's going on in Bermuda, of course we are reactive to any of the physical violence through guns and knives or anything where someone has been murdered. Yeah?
Reactionary,
we respond to that. But there's a psychological violence that's going on too. Yes, that comes out of those acts. But there's a psychological violence with what we've been talking about here tonight in the cultural context of the things that we will celebrate on Friday.
And acknowledge and
admire. By not acknowledging and giving and paying homage to those who laid that foundation. So it's not enough for us to line up on the sidewalks of Bermuda. And yes, we will clap, we will celebrate, we will drink, we will eat, right? But we will not identify with any of those who shaped what we're celebrating because they're not visible.
They wouldn't even know. As Butler said, you wouldn't even know if 10 of them already
wouldn't know.
50
years what better platform to display our heritage, our legacy, our conscious leaders who taught us discipline, Custerfield, Crockwell, and whomever. You understand?
Yeah. Said the man ran in boots.
Right? Henzy.
Who knows that?
Well, again.
Who knows that? Butler said it.
Sir Stan.
No, sir. Who knows
the twins, the gloves.
Yeah, Sherlock.
Right? Sherlock.
Like, who knows these people?
Cal.
Families.
Cal Bean. His sister. Right? You see. You see Mike Watson. All those names, let's place it in this context. All those names have more of a direct cultural connection to all those people, right? Who line up their names on the sidewalks of Bermuda.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's cultural relevance.
Amen, man.
That's heritage.
Amen.
So we share all of that to say that we're starting with the youth again, June 19th. Yeah. We're starting with the young people. June 19th. Yeah. Look out for the young people.
Yeah.
We begin with them. A much important event. And hey, what better way to do it in celebrating?
Bermuda Live on YouTube. Subscribe now.